Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Wahar, Rakah, Quadash, and double honors to the head apostles of the Great Millstone that have taught me what I know, and including the bishops on down as well. And Yahweh Bahashem, Shai, Brakatham to the 140 and 4,000. And including the 1/3. And it's your brother Laban coming at you with a lesson in the book of Zechariah, the 8th chapter, from verse 11 on towards verse 18, or I think to verse 16. So what I want to begin by doing is reading that verse 11. As this reads, but now I will not be unto the residue of this people as in the former days, save the Lord of hosts. For the seed shall be prosperous, and the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. And that's talking about the remnant of our people, of course, that survive Jacob's trouble and everything which is going to come in it, and the nuclear destruction. And then we're going to be brought to the promised land, which is Jerusalem. And this is all going to be done by the power of Yahweh Shai when he makes a second return in delivering us to that area. All right. And then, after that's all said and done, we're going to be ruling in the kingdom. And when you have the righteous in charge, as it is written, when the righteous when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. And then even mentions that even the earth is going to rejoice, the trees are going to rejoice, everything in it. So of course, the earth is going to give what it can give in a more of a positive sense, if you understand what I'm saying. Right now, the earth is under a negative frequency, and this is why the food isn't growing the way it should be growing. And I'm talking about your vegetation, of course. And as well as this devil does not keep the land Sabbaths. But being that the frequency of the devil is on the earth is under a curse. So when the righteous begin to rule, everything and everybody's going to be happy. Okay? So the earth is going to give what it can in abundance. And this is when we're going to rule. Verse 13, and it shall come to pass that as ye were accursed among the heathen, O house of Judah, and O house of Israel, representing the southern and the northern kingdom, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. Right. So what I want to do is I want to get some precepts on this. Let's build on Zechariah 11. And the precept for that is going to be Isaiah 65 and verse 17. For behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So the days of the former will not come into mind, because we're going to excel in the blessings. The blessings are going to be abounding, so much so that we're going to forget about the evil time that we're having to bear with right now. The cursing that we had to experience in times past and even in this current moment, all of that's going to be forgotten about. All right. And just like I mentioned, because our blessings that the Lord is going to bestow upon us is going to far exceed the struggles, the curses, as Paul puts it, 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17. Now, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Exactly. So we don't see the blessings that Yahweh Shai is going to bestow upon us through his Father, Yahweh. We don't see the kingdom of heaven. We don't see ourselves ruling, but these are the things which is going to be eternal. Just like as it is written that Israel will be what? A world without end. Okay. And even while we're in captivity, that world without end, because the Most High will not give us to destruction. Okay. No matter how bad our circumstances is, no matter how bad it's going to get in the future, when we're talking about Jacob's trouble, Israel will still be here unto salvation. And then Israel will what? Be immortal. So we're literally going to be eternal. So if our bodies are going to be changed into immortality, that means our blessings is going to far exceed. There's not going to be no statute of limitation in the bodies that we're going to bear. Our life is going to be that of getting every single thing that comes to mind. We're going to be able to do the unthinkable that the carnal mind cannot understand. There's not going to be no such thing as a limited world. We're going to be unlimited. We're going to be able to do unlimited things. Another term that comes to mind, defying the laws of physics. All right. This is going to be our new reality after Yahweh Shai brings the change. Okay. So this is what we got coming. Yeah, right now brothers are going through some serious situations that fall upon us all in various different ways, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be stuck in these conditions or stuck in these troublesome times that we're now having to deal with. The Lord will apply the balance, because as it is written, an unjust weight is an abomination unto the Lord. So we can't just be down here struggling forever and ever. There's going to come a time, and it has to come a time, that the Israelites will be blessed. All right. It's just a matter of time. And the way things are looking right now from a geopolitical standpoint, from a moralistic standpoint, from an economic standpoint, I mean, when you look at all of these things, it definitely indicates to us that are in the know that we're in the end. This world can't go any further, So that's all I got to say with that. I just want to read this as well. Let me go back to Zechariah 8 and let's read verse 12 now. For the seed shall be prosperous, and the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. And yes, we are going to possess the planet Earth. Okay, so if we're going to possess the planet Earth, then automatically, we're going to possess all things. All right, and that comes with possessing the earth. So when you possess the earth, like the central bankers do, guess what? The people on the earth have to pay tribute. And they get to do whatever they want to do with that tribute, because it's their planet Earth. So, that's what happens when you rule the earth. You get to possess everything in it. And the people that want to do business on the earth, guess what? They have to pay that tribute. Okay? And that's why in the book of Isaiah, the 60th chapter, which is the tributary scripture, it shows you that the nations are going to come from afar, beautifying the nation of Israel, which is also known as this, is going to be known as the city of the Lord. Okay. So they're going to be basically praising the Lord in that way by giving us tribute. Isaiah 60 and verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee. And that's what's going to be had, is that mercy is going to be shown to the elect first and foremost, and then unto is the whole entire nation. All right. And what I forgot to mention is that tribute is also slavery too. The nations are going to be under our possession. Everything on the earth is going to be our possessions. So no nation cannot come about to negate that. There's not going to be any resistance against us among these nations, because even just to top it off, not only are we going to rule the planet, but we're going to have access to immortality. We're going to have access to undying power, spiritual power, divine power. That's what we're going to be endowed with. So with that being seen among the nations, guess what? It's going to be suicide. The thought of resisting against the nation of Israel to take down what the nation of Israel has through, causing a stir-up or war, it ain't going to be no war, because guess what? We're going to be like gods on the earth. And again, it's going to be the thought of suicide to even attempt to go against us in that time. Okay, and this is what we got to understand. This is what we got to also envision. Meanwhile, we're going through our current, bullshit ass life that we have it to be. But guess what? These are the things that are bound to come, whether you want to envision it or not. All right. This is our future. So anyway, verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, and yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So if it comes to giving tribute, if it comes to, building our walls, these are the things that is required to give the praises unto the Lord, unto his people. Verse 13, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, and the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. And what is the place of the Lord's feet? The city of Israel, the people of Israel, all right, which will be placed in the land. And the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, Yahweh. Zion, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Exactly. So we're going to be known as the city of Yahweh. Okay. So there you go, man. There you go. So now let's go back and read Zechariah, verse 12 again. For the seed shall be prosperous. And as I've already explained on how we're going to be prosperous, right? The vine shall give her the fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of this people, which is the nation of Israel, to possess all these things. Right. So that just basically finishes it off with Isaiah 65. So now 13, and it shall come to pass that as you were accursed among the heathen, O house of Judah and O house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. So we're going to be for what? A blessing. Now, as we just read in the book of Isaiah 65, now I've read a verse where it mentions that the kings of the nations shall what? Bow down unto us. No, actually it says, they that were against thee shall bend towards thee. Let me see if I can find that, because I just read it. No, Isaiah 60. Salakia, Isaiah 60. Yeah, this is it right here. Isaiah 60 and verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, and the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. And also, just to mention, the nations, as it reads, the nations are going to declare us as the city of the Lord, the city of Yahweh. So that means that even the other nations, they're going to get access to the name of the Lord. Just for that simple purpose of calling us the people of the Lord. All right. That's what's going to be stamped on the nation. The Lord's name is going to be re-stamped on the nation of Israel. Because remember, according to the book of Ezekiel 36, the Lord explains through the prophet Ezekiel that the Lord is going to do a wonder on the earth, not for the sake of us, but also for the sake of his name. All right. Because we defiled his name among the heathen. So what he's going to do is he's going to what? Reiterate the point that I am the God of the heavens of the earth. And his name is Yahweh. and he's going to use his son to demonstrate his power. All right. So, and in that as well, the Lord is going to have the nations respect us once again by changing us to being his people once again, back and even better than before. Plus, we're going to have the new covenant in our hearts, and we're going to be immortal. All right. So there you go. So that's the blessing. We're going to be for a blessing, which the term blessing means to bow. That's why I read that. So this reads, but let your hands be strong. So now let me also read something else, which is, no, not that. Yeah. Let me go back up and read this. Because I just read, let your hands be strong, right? So this reads, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, right? What does it mean to faint? Meaning to be weak. And there's moments and times where we do get weak, but not weak enough to the point where we fall out. We can't fall out of this thing because there's nothing to fall out to. There's nothing to fall back to, excuse me. All right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the thing. Just like the Apostle Paul also said that we're not unto those that draw back unto perdition, but we believe to the saving of the soul. So if we believe to the saving of the souls, that means that we have to what? Continue on the ministry so that we can save ourselves and save others in the process. All right. So there you go. So therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. There you go. So we've received the mercy. So we don't want to draw back from that. So we're supposed to be encouraged. The Spirit of the Lord in times is going to always make sure that we're encouraged. Now, as it is also written that what? The flesh is weak, but the Spirit renews us day by day. So if that's the case, we can't fall. If the Spirit of the Lord is truly dealing with you, no matter what your life circumstances are, the Lord is going to pull you through it all. Okay. So let me go back and read Zechariah 8 and verse 13. And it shall come to pass, 14. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I repented not. So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and unto the house of Judah. Fear ye not. And these are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, and execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And that's what we're doing. We're speaking the truth. What is the truth? The truth is that we're the Israelites. The truth is that Yahweh Shai is coming back to deliver us. And the truth is that those that don't repent will be destroyed. And we speak on many different various subject matters in regards to the truth. Oh, can't forget, the truth is that America will be destroyed. So now let's even read a little bit more in Isaiah 65 and 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy. Hold on, wait there. Let me go up a little bit. Yeah, let me go up a little bit. No, not Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah 65. Yeah. Okay. It's 25, right? No. Yeah, so verse 17, Isaiah 65 and verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and a joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. And there shall be no more thence an infant of days, meaning we're not going to live for a limited short period of time, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old. So in other words, you're going to be 100 years old, but yet you're still looking youthful. But the sinner shall be 100 years old and shall be accursed. That's Esau, because they're going to be severely cursed once our foot is on their backs. And I mean that figuratively. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Just like I read to you in Zechariah 8, how the earth is going to give its increase, right? 22, and they shall not build and another inhabit, and they shall not plant and another eat. As for the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. So that's what's going to entail the kingdom. All of this right here. And there's many other precepts that entails the kingdom. But the thing of it is, though, going back to the point is that the former days, those days that we were under the curses, will not be remembered, because we're going to be so blessed that those things will easily be forgotten about. And that is the truth that we speak to our people. That is the gospel. So let me see what else I can read in here. Yeah, verse 19. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, and cheerful feasts, and therefore love the truth and peace. So there you go. So it's just going to be joy, because usually when you think about fasting and praying, that's something that you do when you're in a state of mourning. Like in the ancient world, our ancestors, as it is explained in the scriptures anyway, our ancestors, what they would do is they would cast dust and ashes on their head. And then they would fast and pray. And they would all do this because they're in a state of mourning. But we're going to fast for this state of gladness. All right. So there's not going to be no reason for us to be moody or to be upset, to be teary-eyed for the wrong reasons, but rather we're going to be teary-eyed for the right reasons, because you also have a thing, you also have, as the saying goes, you have what you call the tears of joy. So we're going to be crying for joy. We're not going to be crying because, we had a terrible moment and someone passed away, or whatever bad situation that was had. No. We're going to do all of this because we're in a state of joy. Thus said the Lord of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come a people and inhabit and the inhabitants of many cities. And of course, we're going to inhabit many cities because we're going to be ruling the planet Earth. The earth is going to be ours. Okay. So there you go, man. And speaking about the joy and the gladness, right? Let's read verse 25 again. Let's read that again. Excuse me. Where was it originally? Yeah. 18. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and enjoy my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. And the reason why that we're going to receive nothing more than just joy, because sin would have been put to rest. As Paul said, where is thy sting, O death, which he was referring to sin, because that's what brings death is sin. All right. And that's why we're in death right now, because of our sins. All right. We're experiencing a life of death. Everything goes wrong. Misery covers us all. All right. So that's all going to be done away with when we're in the kingdom. So now, let me go back and read some more in Zechariah 8 and verse 22. And yet many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord. So they're going to pray before us. All right. Just like I've showed you in the book of Isaiah 60, how the nations that have afflicted us will come bending unto us. And thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, and even shall take hold of the skirts of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. And that reminds me of the book of Isaiah chapter 2, where it reads that all of the other nations, they're gonna come forth towards Zion to learn of the word. All right. So that's it right there. We're going to be in the top position, and we're going to be the ones calling all of the shots. All right. And we're not going to have to work a day in our lives, never again, punching the clock. Okay. Or if you ain't doing that, you're depending on, income support because you can't work. You're disabled and stuff like that, which makes you vulnerable. That's not going to be had anymore. We're not going to be vulnerable anymore. The vulnerability is going to go towards these other nations. All right. There's not going to be an age of vulnerability with the nation of Israel. We don't already went through that. Been there, done that. Okay. So it's going to be about time for us to rejoice real soon when Yahushua makes his second return. So that's all I got to say, man. No matter the circumstances, what we go through, at the end of the day, we're blessed.